Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. NBA, Pacers pull away from Heat after blowing 16-point lead. Miles Turner made 5 three-pointers and scored a season-high 34 points as the Indiana Pacers weathered a fourth-quarter rally by the visiting Miami Heat to win 119-110 on Sunday in Indianapolis. Pascal Siakam scored 23 points and Benedict Mathurin added 21 points and 12 rebounds for Indiana, which led by as many as 16 in the third quarter before Miami tied the game at 97 on Duncan Robinson's three-pointer with 5:37 remaining. Tyrese Halliburton answered with consecutive three-pointers for the Pacers and finished with 16 points and 13 assists. Indiana moved ahead 108-101 on Turner's tray with 2:58 left. After Tyler Herro hit his second straight three to cut the lead to 112-108 with 1:15 remaining, Turner drilled another triple to put the Pacers ahead by 7 with 52.7 seconds left. Herro made 7 three-pointers and led the Heat with 28 points. Bam Adebayo scored 24 points, Robinson added 20 and Nikola Jovic had 14. Miami played without All-Star Jimmy Butler, who missed his fourth straight game with a right ankle sprain. Heat guard Jaime Jaquez Jr. exited in the third quarter with a reported right ankle sprain and did not return. The teams were meeting for the second time in 3 days after Miami recorded a 124-111 win on Friday. Guard Ben Shepherd left in the third quarter with a left oblique strain and did not return for Indiana, which shot 51.8% from the field and never trailed in the contest. Indiana scored the first 8 points of the game and held a 28-20 advantage after holding Miami to 7 of 22, 31.8%, shooting in the first quarter. The Pacers led by 10 points with 2:50 left in the second quarter before Miami closed on a 7-0 run to pull within 52-49 at halftime. Siakam had 14 points in the first half for Indiana, which held Miami to 38.3% shooting before halftime. Heat falls to Pacers to wrap up 2-4 trip. Takeaways from loss and details on a new Heat injury. 5 takeaways from the Miami Heat's 119-110 loss to the Indiana Pacers, 6-7, on Sunday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse to close its 6-game trip at 2-4. The Heat, 5-7, now returns to Miami to begin a 3-game homestand on Monday against the Philadelphia 76ers, 7:30 p.m., FanDuel Sports Network, Sun, to complete its first back-to-back set of the season. The Heat made a lot of threes, but could not make enough twos. As a result, what could have been a solid .500 trip for the Heat ended as a losing trip. The Heat, which entered the game with the NBA's fourth-best team three-point shooting percentage at 38.5%, again made a high percentage of its threes on Sunday. Miami finished 19 of 44, 43.2% from three-point range. But the Heat, which entered with the NBA's third-worst two-point shooting percentage at 50%, again made a low percentage of its twos on Sunday. Miami closed 17 of 46, 37%, on twos, including just 14 of 37, 37.8%, from inside the paint. As a result, the Pacers dominated the Heat 62-28 in paint points to negate Miami's 57-39 edge from three-point range. For the most part, they were able to control the big muscle areas of the game, Heat coach Erik Spoelstra said. Attacking us in the paint, whether it was drives, cuts, post-ups, offensive rebounds. That set the tenor of the game. After the loss, Spoelstra said he believes the Heat's struggles around the rim affected the team's defense. Those sometimes can be deflating plays if you miss layups and it ends up being a 4 or 5 point swing, but those things happen, Spoelstra emphasized. If you're generating them, I'm good with it. But if we miss them, we can't lag back and then it turn into an open shot going the other way. We'll definitely chart that. Any missed layup, what was our field goal percentage allowed on that very next possession? The Heat never held a lead Sunday, but used its hot three-point shooting to hang around. The Pacers appeared to be in full control, pulling ahead by 16 points with 3:17 left in the third quarter. But the Heat then made a late push, going on a 35-19 run behind a barrage of three-pointers to tie the game at 97 with 5:37 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Heat couldn't complete the comeback, though, as Pacers guard Tyrese Haliburton hit back-to-back threes to put the Pacers back ahead by 6 points a minute later. The Pacers led the rest of the way to earn the bounce-back win after losing to the Heat by 13 points on Friday in the team's first of 2 consecutive matchups at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. When you leave it to that, where everything has to go perfect down the stretch, that's sometimes what you're susceptible to, Spoelstra said of the Pacers' strong finish to the game. Pacers center Miles Turner was the catalyst, finishing with a season-high and game-high 34 points. He also contributed 9 rebounds and 2 blocks. Heat guard Tyler Herro scored a team-high 28 points on 7 of 11 shooting from three-point range. He scored 19 points on 5 of 6 shooting from deep in the fourth quarter to try to spark a comeback that never materialized. Jaime Jaquez Jr. leaves game versus Pacers with ankle injury. The Miami Heat came into their game on Sunday against the Indiana Pacers without star wing Jimmy Butler, who was ruled out with an ankle injury. And now with the game over after losing 119-110 to the Pacers, they have more injury concerns to worry about. Jaime Jaquez Jr. left the Heat's game against the Pacers early due to an ankle injury and did not return, as per the team. Jaime Jaquez suffered the injury in the third quarter of the Heat's loss to the Pacers. Prior to leaving the game, he had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists in 15 minutes of play. The Heat play a back-to-back with a game against the Philadelphia 76ers on Monday. Jaquez's status for that game is currently unknown. The second-year forward out of UCLA has been relatively healthy in terms of injuries this season, only missing 3 games so far due to an illness. Heat fans are expecting a leap from Jaquez this year after he turned in an impressive rookie season in 2023-24. He was named to the NBA's All-Rookie team last year after appearing in 75 games including 20 starts. He averaged 11.9 points, 3.8 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1.0 steals with splits of 48.9% shooting from the field, 32.2% shooting from the three-point line, and 81.1% shooting from the free throw line. Through the 8 games that Jaquez had played in coming into Sunday's game, he had been averaging 9.8 points, 6.4 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1.1 steals with splits of 44.8% shooting from the field, 43.8% shooting from the three-point line, and 57.9% shooting from the free throw line. Last season, the Heat had to go through the play-in to reach the NBA playoffs, ending up as the number 8 seed. They were eliminated by the Boston Celtics in 5 games in the first round. This season, the Heat are 5-7 and amongst a handful of teams jockeying for positioning in the Eastern Conference. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Jaime Jaquez? Leave your opinion in the comments.